All right, music lovers and tech enthusiasts, ready to explore something really cool.
I'm ready. What are we diving into today?
AI music videos. We're going to see how artificial intelligence can be used to make music videos.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've heard about AI making music, but visuals, that's a whole other world.
Totally. And guiding us is David Phillips, an associate professor. He's been doing a lot of research into how AI is changing education, especially for teaching English as a foreign language and literature.
Interesting.
Yeah, we don't have any of his research papers on hand today,
Ooh,
DOT. We do have this guide he created about making music videos using AI.
perfect. Let's unpack it.
Sounds like a plan. So one thing that jumps out from this guide is visual storytelling. It's not just like throwing random images over a song. It's about creating visuals that tell a story and amplify the emotions in the music. What do you think about that?
You hit the nail on the head. You're basically telling a story with the visuals that matches the music. And AI can bring a ton of flexibility to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like imagine a song about, say, overcoming a challenge. You could tell the AI to generate visuals of a mountain climber, pushing towards the summit, fighting through the wind and terrain, capturing that feeling.
Yeah, it's like finding visual metaphors that really match the song's theme. But think about this. What about visuals that would be impossible to film, like in real life? That's where AI could really take off.
For sure. Things like abstract shapes shifting to the beat, or like a city twisting and turning in impossible ways. AI can break free from reality, create something totally unique.
It'd be like stepping into another dimension. But okay, we have these amazing visuals. How do we structure them into an actual music video? Does the guide talk about that?
It does. It compares it to traditional storytelling. Just like a story has a beginning, rising action, a climax, and then wraps up, your music video should have a similar flow.
Makes sense. So you're saying you're building and releasing tension visually as the song goes on.
Exactly. Think about a song that starts slow and gradually builds.
Okay, so you might start with very simple visuals, almost minimalist, and then slowly let them become more complex and intense as the song progresses.
Yeah, building that anticipation. And then when the song hits its peak, bam! The visuals could explode with fast cuts, bright colors, maybe those abstract shapes we talked about, all sync to the beat. That kind of contrast would keep people glued to the screen.
I'm starting to get the picture. So we've talked about capturing the mood and building a visual story. But what about syncing those visuals to the music itself? I feel like that's where the magic really comes alive.
Couldn't agree more. And the guide really emphasizes creating that seamless audiovisual experience. The visuals need to almost dance with the music, following every beat and change in tone.
So it's not just about putting visuals over a song. It's like choreographing a visual performance almost. How do we actually make sure the visuals are hitting those beats? Are there specific techniques for that?
You can use editing software to sync the visuals to the song's tempo and rhythm. Imagine like quick cuts when there's a driving drum beat or long, drawn-out shots during a softer part. You create a visual rhythm.
It's like you're conducting an orchestra, but with visuals instead of instruments.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so the visuals are moving to the music, but how do you highlight those key lyrics? That seems like another crucial part of visual storytelling.
Absolutely. The guide talks about how when you have a powerful lyric, the visuals should emphasize its meaning. That connection between words and images needs to be strong.
So, for instance, if a lyric is about breaking free, you might have AI-generated visuals of like birds taking flight or chains shattering, maybe a person bursting out of a confined space. Find visuals that amplify the meaning of the lyrics.
Exactly. And that's where AI's ability to make unique, even surreal images is really helpful. You can find visuals that capture the essence of a lyric, even if those visuals wouldn't be possible to film in real life.
This really gets me thinking about the possibilities here. It's not just traditional music video stuff. We're talking about pushing the boundaries of what's visually possible. But let's get into the details. How do you actually create here these AI-powered visuals?
The guide actually gets into that, and it's more user-friendly than you might think. There are AI platforms specifically designed for this. You basically give the AI text prompts describing the visuals you want, and it generates them. The more detailed your prompt, the better the results.
So instead of just saying city, I might say something like a futuristic cityscape with flying cars, neon lights reflecting on wet pavement, a giant holographic moon in the sky, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And you can get even more specific, like the mood, the colors, the camera angle. The more detail you give the AI, the better it can understand your vision and create it.
Wow. I'm already imagining all these crazy visuals. The guide also mentioned something called style prompts. What are those?
Oh, yeah. With style prompts, You can tell the AI to generate visuals in a specific style, like an artist or a genre. So you could say, create a cyberpunk cityscape in the style of Sid Mead, or a surreal landscape inspired by Salvador Dali.
Oh, that's wild. So I could have the AI make something that looks like it came straight out of Blade Runner or a Dali painting.
Yeah.
The creative potential is endless.
It really is. And the guide explains how you can fine-tune those AI visuals too, adjust the colors, add effects, even combine different visuals to make something truly unique.
It's like having a huge toolbox of creative possibilities.
Hmm.
We're taking the music, the lyrics, these AI visuals, and putting them all together like a puzzle.
Yes, but it's not just about the individual pieces, is it? It's about the overall vision.
Right. It's about the big picture.
And the guide emphasizes that even though you're using AI, you're still the director. You're the one making those creative choices about how to tell the story, how to evoke those emotions, how to make everything flow together.
So the AI isn't replacing the artist. It's giving them new tools to work with, new ways to bring their ideas to life.
Exactly. It's about collaboration between human creativity and artificial intelligence.
I'm already seeing all these amazing music videos in my head.
Yeah.
And this is just scratching the surface. We've only just begun to explore what AI can do in this space.
Totally agree. This guide gives us a great starting point, but there's so much more to uncover. And as AI technology keeps getting better, who knows what incredible things we'll be able to create. It's interesting to think about how this could impact education, like Brian David Phillips, the author of this guide. He's really into exploring how AI can change how we learn.
Yeah. And he focuses specifically on English as a foreign language and literature. Makes you wonder if he sees this AI stuff as a tool for students to learn in a totally new way. Right?
I know. Imagine students using AI to create visual interpretations of poems or even scenes from classic literature.
Wow. That would be so cool.
It could be such an engaging way for them to connect with the material, express their understanding creatively.
Yeah. It's like taking those abstract ideas and making them visual, making them real. That could change everything. But okay, let's come back to music videos for a minute. We've talked about the creativity, but what about the actual tools and platforms? How do you actually do this?
Right, the practical side of things.
Exactly. What are some AI platforms that are good for making music videos?
There are actually a lot of options out there.
Really?
Yeah, some are designed for general image generation, while others are more specific to video, and they all have different levels of complexity and cost.
Okay, so where would someone even begin? What if they're totally new to AI and video editing?
Well, luckily, a lot of these platforms are super user-friendly.
That's good.
They've got these intuitive interfaces and tons of tutorials and support. So even if you've never used video editing software before, it's not too hard to pick up.
So you're saying I don't need to be a computer science whiz to start making AI-powered visuals?
Nope, not at all. It's more about having that creative vision and being willing to experiment. And the more you play around with these tools, the more amazing things you'll discover you can do.
Cool. You mentioned that some platforms are better for video than others. Can you give us some examples, like specific names?
Sure. One that's pretty popular is called Runway.
Okay, Runway.
Yeah, it's a cloud-based video editing and AI generation tool. You can create all kinds of stunning visuals with it, like realistic landscapes, abstract animations, even manipulate existing footage using AI.
Sounds powerful.
Yeah.
Any others that are known for being really user-friendly?
There's one called Pictory that's becoming quite popular, especially with people who create content online.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's specifically made for making videos from text. So
Yeah.
you can easily turn blog posts or scripts or even just ideas you have into engaging visuals.
Wow. So it's like having an AI assistant that can visualize your thoughts. That's amazing. Okay, so let's say we have the tools and we have our creative vision. What about the actual process of putting it all together?
That's where the traditional filmmaking skills come in. You still need to understand things like pacing, composition, and how to edit effectively. But the AI can handle a lot of the hard work, like generating visuals and effects that would normally take forever to do manually.
So it's like the AI becomes your creative partner, helping you bring your vision to life in a way that wasn't possible before.
Exactly. It's this really cool collaboration between human creativity and artificial intelligence.
I can't help but think about the future of music video production. Do you think we'll get to a point where every artist is using AI to make their videos?
I definitely think it's possible. As these tools become more accessible and more powerful, I think it's going to open up a whole new world of creative expression. We might even see music videos that are entirely AI generated.
That's a wild thought. The AI making the music, the lyrics, the visuals. It's like we're entering a new era of music. But I do wonder, will AI ever truly replace human creativity? Or will it always just be a tool, an extension of our own artistic vision?
That's a great question, and honestly, I don't think there's an easy answer. AI can do amazing things, but it's still based on the data it's trained on. It's reflecting the creativity of the humans who created it.
So even in a world where AI is making art, music, videos, there's still that human element at the core. It's like the AI is this mirror, reflecting our creativity back at us in these new and unexpected ways.
That's such a great way to put it. And that's what makes this whole discussion so fascinating. We're right at this intersection of technology and art, and it's not about one replacing the other. It's about how they can work together to create something truly extraordinary.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the potential of AI in music. It's also made me think about the future of creativity in a whole new way. It feels like we're on the edge of something big, and we're just starting to understand what's possible.
I totally agree. It's such an exciting time. We're witnessing this technological revolution that's changing how we create, how we learn, how we experience the world. And this is just the beginning.
It's like we're standing at the bottom of this mountain, and we've only taken a couple of steps.
And as we climb higher, that view is just going to get more and more amazing.
Through all this talk about AI and music videos, one thing keeps coming back to me.
What's that?
It's not just about the technology itself. It's not just about the fancy tools.
Right.
It always comes back to that human element, the creativity, the storytelling, that emotional connection.
The AI gives us the tools, yeah, but we're the ones who have to use them in a way that makes people feel something, in a way that really connects. We're still the storytellers at the end of the day.
And that brings us back to David Phillips, the author of the guide we've been talking about. He's not just some tech guy. He's an educator.
Right, right. And his focus is on using AI to improve education, especially when it comes to English as a foreign language and literature.
It makes me wonder, do you think this kind of technology, this AI stuff, could actually help bridge cultural divides?
What do you mean?
Well, if people from all over the world with different backgrounds, if they can use AI to create and share their stories visually, don't you think that could help people understand each other better?
That's a really interesting idea. Imagine students in different countries working together on AI music videos, each bringing their own culture and perspective to the project.
Exactly. It would be such a powerful way to build empathy, to see the world through someone else's eyes.
And it could be especially helpful for learning languages. Imagine students using AI to create visuals for new words or grammar rules. It would make those abstract concepts so much easier to grasp.
I love that idea. It's like taking those boring textbook exercises and turning them into something fun and creative. So we've talked a lot about the big picture, but what about someone listening who's thinking, okay, this all sounds cool, but where do I even start? What advice would you give them?
Honestly, just jump in and start experimenting. There are tons of free AI tools and resources online, so don't be afraid to play around, make mistakes, and see what you can come up with.
That's so important, that experimentation part. It's not about being perfect from the get-go. It's about exploring, trying things out, and finding your own creative style.
Absolutely. And as you experiment, you'll start to develop your own techniques, your own way of doing things. You'll figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
It's like learning anything new. You have to put in the time and effort, but it's so rewarding in the end.
But what about people who are feeling a little intimidated by the technology? What would you tell them?
Start with the basics. There are so many great tutorials and online courses that can teach you the fundamentals of AI, image, and video generation. Once you have those down, you can really take off from there.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone. There's a huge community of people online who love AI and creating things. They're always happy to share their knowledge and help each other out.
For sure. There are forums, social media groups, online workshops, all kinds of places where you can connect with people who are passionate about AI and visual storytelling. It's a great way to learn, get feedback on your work, and stay inspired. This whole deep dive has been a real eye-opener. I started out thinking about AI as just a way to make cool visuals, but it's so much more than that.
It really is.
It's a tool for learning, for storytelling, for connecting with other people, and for pushing the boundaries of creativity.
It's like we've been given a glimpse into the future of creativity. It's exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
Mostly exciting, right?
Oh yeah, definitely mostly exciting.
I'm already thinking of all the amazing things people are going to create with these tools.
Me too. I think we're at the very beginning of a visual revolution. Who knows where it will take us?
So to everyone listening, if you're feeling inspired, don't hold back. Dive into the world of AI and see what you can create. You might just be the one to make the next groundbreaking music video.
And if you do, let us know. We'd love to see it and maybe even feature it on a future deep dive.
Until then, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep those creative juices flowing. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Breathe deep, close your eyes, and surrender to the cards. Let the rhythm of the symbols take you far. In the dance of the arcana, see your story start to bloom. Every flip, every turn, it's like magic in the room. Tarot trance, feel the vibe, let your spirit take a ride.